Nthenya,
Macahria.
Yeah, true. Like the one they say Lapita Nayong. I saw time Nayong.
Yeah. So I usually tell them it's Nthenya, then you're gonna do this, then you're gonna do that, Nthenya. And they're like, oh my gosh.
Awesome.
And we are here talking about just building your brand, having the proper etiquette. If it's corporate, if it's just inside of that place, Juakali, that you work in, we know that this is the woman to go to to build your brand, to just build yourself and create that confidence that we need every day, wherever it is that we are going to, right? And so tell me a story of one of the brands that you turned around that you were like, and then they turned around and you're like, wow, they have grown and they're spectacular.
A good question, and there are quite a number of those.
You don't have to necessarily mention the name, just a story maybe.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'll say this: the people come to me and they think that they want new clothes.
Okay.
And after spending time together, you'll discover that there's a lot of either it's transition, either that they're afraid of or that they are trying to move into. And so I have seen the transformation happens in the knowledge, not even in the outcome of nice pictures and stuff like that. It's in the conversations. It's in talking about the fact that you are, the brand called you is about the purpose that you are created for. And you actually can live out everything that you are created to do and to become. And it's not a new pair of clothes that will do that. Once it's established on the inside, then it manifests on the outside. When we say how people look on the outside, is usually a manifestation of what it is that they're going through and what it is that they're experiencing. And so it shows up on the outside. And what we want to fix first is people's self-confidence. And it's their teaching them stuff like the daily affirmations and stuff like that. So if it's talking about people I've worked with, from politicians to, we call them high net worth individuals, but I'm going to talk about even my own self. When I first started in this journey, I knew the basics, but it wasn't until I understood the principles that I realized that I could rock up any part of the world and people will be amazed by what it is that I am doing. Not because of how I'm dressed, but because of carrying the presence that I carry. And in this case, the presence of God. That you have the purpose, you're here for a purpose, and every place you go, you show up. A lot of us are very gifted, are very skilled, but we want to be validated, and we want people to tell us that we are all that. And so it starts with telling yourself that you're cheerleading yourself. So for me, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I look amazing. I look so good. And when I rock up out there, the first comment I get when I enter a lift, come out of the car, whatever it is, hey, madam, unakaa vizuri.
Which is actually true.
Why? Because it started from me. I didn't wait to go and get that validation. And so some of the principles are, on the day that you feel like really your worst, try dressing your best.
Yes.
Yeah.
The minute you step out, people will comment and tell you how wonderful you are. Because our lives are not just the physical. We are body, soul, and spirit. And each of those needs its own attention in order to create the whole. So when we talk about, I've worked with many corporates as well. And for those, they ask me to come on and do customer service training or and mostly personal branding for their organization. But I say for your organization to succeed, it requires the people. So you have to first work on the people. And if you can imagine, if you meet a customer service person looking amazing, whether whatever they tell you, even if they tell you, no, we can't do that. You're like, okay. You're like, you're so pretty, okay, shower. What is my next best option? As opposed to, they look there, and then now they are rude and mean. So for me, it's about helping people to transform the way that they think and how they perceive themselves. So if you get it right, then everyone else will
get it right.
Will be like, this was amazing. This person is, And so it's about also us helping people learn to chocha themselves. Because our society has taught us to be very humble. We are humble.
I know, especially the women.
And it's false humility, by the way. so people will compliment you and you're
Yes.
like, no.
It's okay. You'll be like, oh no, hell yeah, I know I look good. you
Right,
know?
as opposed to thank you.
Yes.
I put this. I showed up. I showed up, and I've showed up in my best.
Yes.
Bringing my best to the table.
There's
Okay.
something that I really want to talk about, and it's color. There are certain colors that create moods. I don't know
Right.
whether people know that, but remember when you talked about Obama's gray suit,
Yes.
blue suit,
Yes.
black suit?
Yes.
There was certain when he's going to the press or he's going to address people,
Right.
there were certain colors that he would wear. Talk about color and how it influences somebody.
You look like you have attended my class. It's called the psychology of color. So let me give some little background. There's a guy by the name of Johannes Eaton. He was a painter, and he discovered that he was painting people. He needed to either add yellow or blue to the hue, and discovered that some people were either warm toned or cool toned. As a result, we came up with what we call the psychology of color. And so, for example, your space here, a big part of the color here is purple. Purple is the color for royalty.
Yes.
If you want to give a gift and make her feel,
Yeah.
wrap it in a purple wrapping,
Yeah.
it'll look more and feel more expensive than it really is.
Yes.
And that's just the psychology of color. Now, if you guys happen to be, if this room had been painted yellow, after 3 sentences, you'd be tired.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's what yellow does. It makes you, it drains all the energy from you and makes you slightly lethargic, to say the least. Actually, babies will cry more in a yellow room than they would in any other. And yet half the nurseries nowadays are painted bright yellow. So different colors say different things. So with Obama, for example, the dark blue suit, blue is the color for power. It's the color for the sky. It's the color for the ocean. We call it a power color. You wear a dark blue suit, we think you're clever. We think you know what time it is. It says confidence, it says power. And if you even look today, just Google world leaders, Google G7, G10, whoever they are. When you look at the picture of all of them together, 90% will be wearing the dark blue suit.
Okay.
Why? Because that's what they're trying to communicate. White will be the color for purity, will be the color for you can't steal from me. This
Yeah.
one, you know how the bride walks in, we're like, oh.
Yes.
Though in today's world, again, the world has changed, but it's if you went to the hospital and the sheets were black, you'd be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
wanataka
that's it.
kuniua.
Yes.
That's it. Actually,
It's under fire, you who sent you?
Yeah.
So
okay.
different colors say different things about you as a person,
Okay.
and they'll also say different things about a space.
There's always been this misconception that a brand depends on the person behind the brand, and it can't sell itself without the brand. Like, I can take a cheap stuff, as long as I slap a celebrity around it, can actually do good. Can we have a point where a brand just sells itself without having someone a big name attached to it?
So there's a difference between, so there's brands, for example, Coca-Cola is a brand that stands on its own without a person.
Yeah.
And then we have personal brands.
Yes.
I've been talking about Obama. Obama is a personal brand.
Yeah.
So you are a personal brand.
Okay.
And so for any of your products and things to sell, you have to be there. Now, what they say in terms of the psychology is that we like faces.
Yeah.
We like human contact.
Yeah.
So Coca-Cola, being a standalone brand, will find some amazing looking Gen Zs and tell us that happiness, they'll be all laughing and they say open happiness or whatever
Yes.
it is. So people like faces, people like people. We like to engage with people. So having faces helps you sell better as a brand. So that's
Okay.
what it is. So you can have your own personal brand, but it doesn't have to be your face. You can actually find a generation of people that look like your avatar,
Yeah.
the brand person that you're trying to attract.
Okay.
Oh my, we need to get into the music again because we're about to get to the top of the hour, and then we'll come back again just for a short while with you and finish up this conversation, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get back into it. Black is up next with Bring It All to Me.